Of one of our teams going up against the Gladiators today. It's going to be the Atlanta Rain versus Los Angeles here. Incredible matchup, and we know what the Rain are like in these lower finals.
Just three really interesting and great stories early, so they decide to hold on to it. You have enough ultimates to just kind of run this back pretty fast and take over. And that's going to be Patty with a nice shot on OG though at range.
OG just getting caught out in the open, and yet Hawk still wants to be aggressive. It looks like Shu is playing quite far forward, and yet the call comes a little late to get on out. It's too late though, as Arena caught on the back foot, and they're devoured by the Glads. Kevster will be searching eastbound. Ultraviolet. It's going to be a sound barrier towards the Tracer off early here, but eventually that will expire. And Kevster will make the stick. That is a yeet and a half. What a connection on Ultraviolet. Man didn't know what hit him. Now Kevster needs to complete the getaway plan, but look at the backup. Venom runs straight into him here, and the Gladiators are getting away with absolute bloody murder.
Yes, they're going to nano Kevster as they send pretty much everybody to the spawn door of the Atlanta Rain, just stopping them from getting towards the point. It looks like Hawk trying to get there. OG not going to make it. And it's the Gladiators bouncing back after Atlanta got off to a good start. Really dominant the second half of that point.
Patiphan now looking for the blade. 64% and counting. Hawk unperturbed by the sound barrier here. If he can close the gap on Shu in the meantime, it'll be a big deal, but they've already lost Ultraviolet. Oh my god! The mechanics from Patiphan! Astonishing! Hawk can only do so much here. Maybe he gets a trade, and so he does. He actually gets both supports, which is really overperforming in this scenario. But still, dire straits for the Atlanta Rain here as they fall further and further behind. Hawk, he slept, he couldn't quite make his way into the backline, and Shu is going to slap him down. That's a comfortable finish for the Los Angeles Gladiators. Takes them a little to get their engine running. Let me give you some quick stats here. Kevster and Patiphan had 11 and 13 final blows respectively. Venom only one for the entire map. Really difficult for him to find a way in. He finds his way in, but sometimes he's doing it before his backline gets utterly decimated. The Gladiators are setting the pace right now, and they're looking to continue to take some big strides in map 2.
Big is I think, but
Reiner. Okay, he almost got out there. Hawk able to find him at long range, but what's happening in the backline? Yes, Patty and co have snuck in. No one heard the pitter-patter of the Genji feed, apparently. OG at least is able to deal with him. Patty is absolutely ropeable about it, but it doesn't matter. OG tried to find a sideline, and Kevster punishes. Hawk is going to be sheepishly backing up here. So, Shu by the grenade there, trying to keep Reiner standing. There is a nano here ready to go, and it's Patty with the blade. A little too easy for the man right now. What a deflect timing. Knew that OG would look to try and clean his clock, and he's going to get 3. Still Venom responds with a gravitic flux here, and Skew's going to kick him right on back. Kinetic Grasp buys Hawk enough time, and Venom tears shreds off the Glads. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want this smoke.
I just think he knows like that Kevster hits him once and it's all over. He's going to back up. They know that Reiner is coming right back, but no, it's typically, like you mentioned, we've seen Kevster play the Tracer and Patty play the Sojourn, but a little bit of a switch up here. That may have just been kind of what they were playing, some switches a little bit late. Both of them are so flexible, can play just about anything.
The biggest strength of this team. Patty's in. Oh, and he gets the stick. OG is scrap metal, but now he has to deal with Venom, who's very mad, but it's going to be a nano boost over towards Patty. He can stand his ground now. More than that, he's going to send the kite careening towards the end of the map. Somebody is going to have to challenge him, but Reiner is able to find his way towards Ultraviolet. Just ruins him, and Kai is under so much pressure right now, dealing with the Doomfist. He's got no choice but to slide towards the cart. Definitely not the direction of safety, and the Glads are done with only 34 seconds in fairness. Okay, nano on Reiner here, not on Patiphan, but Reiner's able to find some purchase on Kai. He's hit with the biotic grenade, still though, goes for that primal. Some disruption here, obviously very effective against a more static setup. It opens it up for Patty to get rid of OG. Now, can you stagger this out, and how can you convert this into stronger defensive positions? They're the big questions here, Matt, for the Gladiators.
If they don't make that play, who knows what happens, right? Because Atlanta was doing pretty good on defense up until huge moment.
Yeah, Patty's actually being topped up from inside the hotel. Yeah, he has both supports looking at him, so it's a bit of a sort of misnamed duel there as he had the advantage. OG down, but Sleep there. Ultraviolet so low. Needs to be careful of anything bouncing off those walls, but Kai's found skewed here. There's a bit to work with for the Gladiators, but Hawk, he still controls that high ground.
Yeah, and you still have Ultraviolet here who's been able to live through all of this. Is that huge sleep on a Patty and then be able to heal Hawk up. So OG gets back on the Lucio here to contest.
Kevster looking flashy, but in terms of result, isn't coming up with too much so far. Wants to try and pressure down as much as he can. He definitely won't have a dragon here, so he forces his way back. It's going to be both Arnas down. Venom looking for a pulse bomb connection on Skewed, but OG's going to finish the job for him. That's a great thinking rider. That comes over him there with the cell, with the explosion rather, the pulse bomb. Still, it will just be Hawk on the point, exactly who you want to be there, and Patty dashes to the sky. Can't touch in time.
And more importantly, they don't give up a tick there. So huge defense there from the Atlanta Reign.
The pulse bomb stick on Reiner, who jumps in his direction, whether intentionally or not. Unreal. Kevs has found Kai. Hawk wants to make the play. Where's his flux go? Skew's going to transcend us that immediately. Patiphan has to deal with one of his own in the backline. Kevs is able to avoid the bouncing hyper series for the time being, but here's the blade, and UV doesn't connect the sleep, but OG's there with a foot of fury. He goes pretty low. Kevs is trying to wrap around on that left-hand side, with the Reiner trying to slow the tempo down. Reiner taking it slow. Skew going to get hit by the pulse bomb there. It's almost one tick. That's all they need. Reiner versus Hawk. Power blocking up, trying to punch, but Kai cuts him down, and the Reign get what they came for. Victory. Almost let it slip through their fingers, but that's a map secured. Not the start that Atlanta were looking for, but the Gladiators have been shown once again to be mortal, and the kings of the lower bracket are looking to make a meal out of them. Don't go too far, everybody. We're hoping for a long one.
This will be the walls, which will slow things down a bit. So, seeing the Gladiators to get a little bit of a break there.
Kevster gets nanoed there, probably just to get him out alive. But he's going to try and make some use of it here. Oh my, what? I think he had a right-click at point blank. Kai going to find one of his own there, which is pretty darn nice, but Skewed from the low ground picks OG out of the mix.
You know, it looks like Reiner's going to get the nano boost. It's going to be 2 kills here for the Atlanta Reign. So they just have enough players to stand on the payload, as it's going to be Skewed getting back towards the cart is Reiner, and man, this looks like it's going to be a hold for the Gladiators. Is you think for the Reign, you had that one opportunity, just not able to capitalize, as you get it very close towards getting it over the line, but not close enough, as the Gladiators, a full hold here on Gibraltar. I can't really find anything as, okay, well, turns, looks, gets ons, but you've lost your tank, you've lost your tracer, and look at this, just going right for the supports on the high ground. Kev's from the Genji. I mean, he can do just everything. As Kai will fall, it'll be the Diva swap here for Hawk, just to get a stall, but it will not matter, as the Gladiators look tremendous on their map pick. They'll take this map, go 1 map away from getting to the grand finals here.
Don't go too far. I'm going to stick around for the rest of this series, so you bloody well better too.
Yeah, good work there, Mitch. You were great.
Thanks, mate. All a day's work.
He's struggling. The Atlanta Reign play this. They don't want to push forward right here, Mitch, right? They don't want to go running into that high ground.
We're just not incentivized. You might as well just wait for the Gladiators to come to you, because they inevitably will. And look at the Atlanta Reign. That's why they give up this much space. Hawk stunned briefly there. We saw Kevs go in with the poles. Oh my, 2! It's perfect! The perfect 2-piece from Kevster. Oh, and that's just going to gut the Atlanta Reign straight away. What a haymaker.
Yeah, and Atlanta doesn't have much progress, right? 13 meters. This should be pretty easy to make up, as we were on with Kevster. We got off him for a bit. Let's see. Ooh, right on Ultraviolet. Looks like OG just playing around the same corner.
Yeah, it's protocol to move into that corner.
Yeah, they come out really fast here and they want to fight. This is not going to allow the Gladiators to take the lead.
I like that opener from Kai there. And yes, yeah, Atlanta Reign making... Kevs is able to find his way in and remove the offending Ana. Reiner gets that health pack, but Hawk's fine. No one's pressuring the Doomfist down right now because Patty, you're kidding, went and achieved the butt scratch while the Reign were busy elsewhere.
Feels like every time as well that Kevster is able to come up with a pick or two in the back line as here's going to be that sound barrier engage again. It's not going to work out as well though.
Patty clean, he hits so many of those rails during the overclock and he has one saved up for Kai. The Reign need to get it together right now. You can definitely see they're starting to fray at the edges somewhat. And Hawk doesn't want to go too aggressive here. He knows how important winning this fight is going to be for his team, but Reiner sends him off the bridge. He'll drop down to try and contest, but they've lost Patiphan to a pulse bomb from Venom, and here come the Reign. They're starting to push. Reiner's going to be caught in the back corner, and a pulse bomb thrown at Hawk is not enough to take him down. Look at the yellow line. Look at it. It's so close. They need to deal with the personnel at the top of the bridge, and it's just funny. Astro, they'll get there, Matt. They'll have a butt scratch of their own.
And the Gladiators are just throwing bodies at this. And Atlanta has been able to get a pick, stay alive, as now it looks like the Gladiators may be starting to fight back just a little bit. But that is going to be the lead switched over.
Not quite.
The Atlanta, no, not quite yet. It's difficult to see, but it looks very close to being over towards the Atlanta Reign.
Yeah, frustrating for the Reign. The fact is the Gladiators got a bit of extra push from Patty because he got those 2 kills in that previous situation. As long as there's a yellow line on the ground, the bot hasn't managed to lap the other team.
It is.
Kevster gets a pulse, rather a pulse bomb in the back pocket. Both teams with sound barriers here. Kevster doesn't connect the pulse though. Keep an eye on the numbers. Venom's able to dash back onto the bridge itself, but Reiner is taken down. But still has a move because Patiphan is turning up. That's 2 already with the overclock, and Venom's trying to hold his ground. Patty under a lot of pressure here, but he gets a nano boost. He's stuck. He goes down as Kai gets rid of Funny Astro as well in the Reign. Finally break through. Reiner can contest from that high ground. You're kidding, Reiner. Okay, just the one. Hawk barely alive, and the Reign had the lead. There's 30 seconds left. Gladiators have to do a lot of work here. Catching Hawk would be a great way to start, but he gets away. Kai pops the overclock. It's go time, he says. Reiner trying to dodge away from him, but the Gladiators need to stick to the bot for the time being. They go aggressive on Kai, but he slept. Reiner had to get over the Meteor strike here. He'll have to drop into a position to get healed, and he can't. He thinks he can get a kill there. It's a big risk to take, but there's a trade. Ultraviolet is down. In a longer fight, this isn't going to benefit the Reign at all. Kai brought to his knees. Patiphan trying to pressure those in his back line, but Venom's found 2 kills, and they're both supports. No healing left for the Gladiators. They got a hold on regardless. Hawk is taken down. Kevster gets a brace, but look at these health bars.
Oh, his Kevster is so low. He's going to
There's a ball
right onto the barrier.
They're going to get there.
Are they going to be able to touch? No.
The Gladiators get it done. The final seconds. It's just too far away for the Reign to get there. Tantalizingly close, and that's where the series ends. It's a game of inches, millimeters.
Man.
And the Reign, it's just out of their grasp.
Dude, they started to clutch up there at the end, the Atlanta Reign. Just not enough. And it's just Kevster and Patty at the end. We talked about, these DPS battles throughout this series. And they come up clutch there at the end. I think if you're the Atlanta Reign, maybe you would have wanted to take that fight when you backed out a little bit closer towards the Gladiators side of the map and giving yourself a full wipe, as I think the Atlanta Reign know that is one that they battled back and maybe have given away. Because that is a really tough, close series between these teams. And you got to feel for Atlanta. They battled back in that map specifically. Thought they had a chance to move on, but Gladiators too strong.
Oh, man.
Welcome to Game Break, everybody. I'm here with Shu from Los Angeles Gladiators for the post-match interview. Shu, congratulations on the win. That was a clean 3-1 victory for the Gladiators. Now, how'd you guys get it done? Right. I think first things first. I think we always think that we are a great team. The other opponents were really good too, but we always tell ourselves that we are a really great team and we're always better than our opponents. So I think that really came in clutch. Not only that, for me personally, I really wanted the revenge against the San Francisco Shock. So that was sort of my drive. So I think I focused up really well. I think all of our teammates teammates as well did really well with the same thought. So I think that also helped a lot. You mentioned about the revenge. So my next question is actually about that. So yesterday you guys lost to San Francisco Shock, but you guys are moving up, and it's time for some revenge. Our next match is going to be the Midseason Madness finals. Gladiators versus the San Francisco Shock. Now, what can the Gladiators do differently this time around in order for you guys to get the revenge and also be crowned the champions? All right, I do think that I think one of the biggest mistakes that we made was we made a lot of mistakes. Our opponents, San Francisco Shock, they weren't perfect either. They made a lot of mistakes, but we made more. I think that's what led the Gladiators team to lose. For this match, however, I do want to say, give me 1 second. Let me follow up. I sort of forgot my translation. And Shu adds saying that yesterday was a San Francisco Shock day, but tonight or today is going to be the Gladiators day. All right, Shu, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
And big congratulations on the win. And also, good luck on the final. 자, 파이널에서 파이팅 하시고
파이팅.
좀 이따 뵙도록